Welcome to the Kinda Girly podcast, where we kind of talk about everything and we're girls, so it works. I'm Kayla, and today I'm with Izzy and Melissa. Hi! We're all hyped because we all got our cup of coffee.
I have water.
No.
You were supposed to ruin it, Izzy.
Dig it.
It's movie magic. You have coffee.
We're still with the
coffee
vibe.
and I got her water, so it looked cute. But she's drinking water.
So we're all hype except Izzy. She's hydrated.
I am hydrated.
But today we are going to be talking about the Kardashians. I feel like this is kind of very different from our other topics, which if you want to check out our other topics, you can follow us on Kinda Girly Podcast on YouTube, or you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and anything else that you Google Kinda Girly Podcast. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the Kardashians. They've been in the news a lot recently. I feel like they're always in the news since the family became popular. They're in the news for some kind of drama. I don't know. They know how to stay in the media. Mm-hmm. Like, they know Kris be pimping them out.
I think at this point, they don't want to be on the media. You know,
I can't imagine
too much
why.
going on.
They put their whole lives on television, which we'll get into. But first, in case y'all don't know the Kardashians or you don't know their backstory, we're going to get into that a little bit. So, starting from the very beginning, we got Kris the mom, which I think is an interesting name for a girl, Kris.
Yeah.
I don't think I know a girl named Kris. I wonder if that's her full name or it's like Christina, and everyone just calls her Kris.
I always thought it was Christina, but
I'm not sure.
And it starts with a K.
I don't even really know that much about the Kardashians, if I'm being honest. But I know enough because I see them so much.
Yeah, you really don't even need to watch the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kris Kardashian, I don't know what her maiden name is, but she married Robert Kardashian, who was an attorney, like pretty well-known attorney. And he was one of the friends and represented O.J. Simpson, who didn't kill his wife. And helped him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And so, yeah, he was his attorney and best friend. And I don't know if you guys ever heard that theory that, which one is it? Khloe is O.J. Simpson's, like, kid. Everyone keeps saying, like, oh, she don't look like the other Kardashians. She must have been O.J.'s kid. I don't know what happened to that theory. I don't know if they ever found out about that, like. But anyway, so that's something
she really
that
doesn't, huh? Now that you mention it, she really doesn't look like Kourtney or Kim.
Yeah, she
at
kind
all
of stands out. Or Rob.
Or Rob. Yeah, she's like completely different. Wow. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how O.J. Simpson looks like, but I definitely want to look it up and see.
I don't know. I could see it, but I don't know if they ever did a DNA test. I doubt that they ever would. But yeah, so Kris and Robert Kardashian were married. They ended up having kids. They had, what the bitch's name?
Kendall and Kylie?
They had Kourtney. No, they didn't have Kendall and Kylie. They had Kourtney, who's the oldest. Then they had Kim. Then they had Khloe. Then they had Rob, who is also named after his Robert Kardashian. But we have Rob. And then they got a divorce, and Kris got remarried to Bruce Jenner, who now goes by Caitlyn Jenner. And they ended up having Kylie and Kendall, who are the youngest two.
There's too much going on right now.
Yeah. And so, believe it or not, you know the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Oh, Jenner. That's why her name's Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was still a Kardashian. I don't know.
No, they call them the Kardashian Jenner clan because we have part Kardashians, part Jenners. But anyway, so Keeping Up with the Kardashians is a show that most people probably know them from. And it was started by Ryan Seacrest. Of all people who started American Idol, discovered this family and made them popular.
Well, I didn't know that either.
Wait, who Ryan Seacrest again? I'm so bad with celebrity names.
And this is American Idol. Dun, 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 dun.
See, I need to see pictures for me to know who is who.
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest is like a big entertainment person. He dated Julianne Hough. I don't know if you guys know who
I
that
know,
is.
like, I know these names, but I'm so much better with faces.
He's a skinny white man who seems like he
looking
may
it up?
be like 5'4".
Yeah.
Ryan C.
And then whenever you're done, I want to see O.J. Simpson to see if he looks like.
Oh, Ryan Seacrest. Yeah. That guy.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay. All right.
He's the reason why we have Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so you all can thank him or shame him.
Thanks, Ryan.
He made a ton of money off that family.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He saw an opportunity and hopped on it.
I don't know how he even discovered them, but apparently when they did the pilot for the show, the camera people came back and was like, this family's a hot mess. We have to do this. This is content.
Perfect. This is what people crave.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, Keeping Up with the Kardashians came out in...
You got it.
Oh, it came out in October of 2007, which before then, like 5 years prior, that sex tape that Kim and Ray J did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's when that came out. I was thinking it was like back to back when it happened. But yeah, that sex tape happened, and Ray J was, I don't know, a topic at that point. But yeah, Ray J, Kim dated, sex tape. A couple years later, Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered.
Bam.
So
Big TV
with
show.
that, with the sex tape, let me ask you something. So, did he post it?
I don't know.
Do you guys ever find out like what happened?
I don't know, but Ray J has a song that he wrote, and I forget who it was targeted at. I want to say it was targeted at Kanye, but it's called I Hit It First.
Oh my God.
What?
Because he's petty as hell and needs to get a job. He's on Love and Hip Hop, so you know his career is going nowhere.
You know who else is petty? With 5 Ys.
He's petty, yes, with 5 Ys. And if you want to know the content of that joke, you should check out our astrology video.
Find out who's petty with 5 Ys out of these 3 women.
I don't know who it is.
Definitely not me.
So yeah, a lot of people say that the Kardashians got their come up from off of Kim's back, literally, from her being on her back, and that they came up because of the show.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a talent. They're just known for being messy, which I do not agree.
Yeah, no, they have to have some type of talent. We just don't know it yet.
It's great. It's great business moves. Like
Makeup.
They're smart. I mean,
now.
People hate on them so much because they're like, okay, they had a sex video and they're famous. No, not necessarily, because they were good at acting. Because I mean, the show went on for many, many years, many seasons, and with the money they had, they were smart about it and they invested, and you know, they had clothing stores, makeup stores. Like, I don't know. Like, I think they're smart in some way.
I don't think many people could get an opportunity like that, because we've seen so many reality shows that the people don't make it outside of that reality show. You just know them from that reality show, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And with that one, we know them from so many other ways.
Yeah, basically. I know them from makeup. And they're like, what is it? Their clothing brand. Mm-hmm. They have a whole clothing brand.
They've had different spinoffs of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, too. They had Khloe and Kim take Miami? I forget which sisters it was. And then they had Taking New York, and then taking all these different cities. But
it was Kourtney and Kim.
It's
actually,
one of them.
I'm not sure.
Literally, they've done so many different spinoffs, and they've been all over the country trying to build their brand. And I will say, Kris, I wish you were my mom. Like, you could make me a multi-millionaire or a billionaire. So, supposedly.
Yeah, and isn't Kylie Jenner only like 18 or 19? She's like one of the richest women out there.
I think she's like 20.
But for her age. Isn't she like top 10 or something?
Oh, I have no clue anymore, because there's like this whole thing, like a tax situation that she lied about how much she technically makes, and that she was never really a billionaire. I don't know. I don't really keep up with that part of it, because I don't care that they have money and I don't. We know this. This is a fact. But yeah, along with that, other than the background, we're going to be going over the impact of the Kardashians and kind of if we see them being a positive or negative light, and our personal opinions over them in general and how they're perceived in the public. So, first off, let's go over their public image and the fact that they have a huge following on Instagram. Do any of y'all follow them on Instagram?
I do.
Who do you follow?
I follow Kylie, Khloe, Kim,
all
Kourtney.
of them.
No, because I don't follow Kendall or Rob.
Man, I think most people
So
don't.
all of them except Kendall and Rob. Why haven't I? I mean, I don't know, just because.
I do not. I hardly even go on social media.
weird.
I'm a weird Gen Zer.
But yeah, I followed them a long time ago, but it's not like I look at social media. I don't keep up with their stuff. Like if I'm scrolling down on Instagram, if I see them, I look at some of their pictures and I move on with life. But every time I see them, they just get better and better, in my opinion.
Well, a lot of people are following them, especially Kylie. So I pulled this up like a week ago, so it may have changed. So Kylie has over 278 million followers on Instagram. I don't even know 278 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a crap ton of people. I want to say it's either her or Selena Gomez that's the top followed person on Instagram. I forget which one it is, but one of them is like the most followed person on Instagram.
Dang, man.
278 million people.
How do you even get to that point?
I
don't know, but at the same time, that's not a good thing because like everybody knows what you do, where you at, who you're with, what are you eating for dinner, like.
And she has to keep that image up. She has to constantly be
Just
posting.
imagine how uncomfortable that will be. Well, we'll talk about that publicity, but just imagine how many millions of people know about your life.
To me, like, I wonder at what point does it just feel like a number? Like, you can't even place a face to it. It's just a number that
you can't
pops up.
consciously, like, grasp how many people you're reaching.
Because even to me, as an outsider, I'm like, 278 million? Like, what does that even look like?
I know.
Oh, my God. Just imagine putting, like, that many people together in one place.
Isn't that, like, half of the United States population? Like, there's, like, almost 500 million people in the U.S., That's almost half the U.S. population, yeah.
See, and if I ask my mom who the Kardashians are, she's sprung, and I'd be like, no, who are they?
She's one of the few.
She's one of the few that have no clue who she is.
But that's not it. The other family members have a bunch of followers, too. Kendall has 196 million followers, even though she's like, I don't want to say she's one of the least popular sisters, but...
She doesn't like to be famous. That's what it is.
Yeah, she's not in, like, the public eye as much as her sisters are.
I didn't mean famous, like the publicity, that she doesn't like that.
Yeah, unlike Kylie and Kim, who are constantly in the media, and now Khloe. But Kim has 260 million followers, so she's only trailing a little bit behind Kylie. Kourtney has 148 million followers. Khloe has 192 million followers. Good God. And Rob has 2.6 million, so...
You know, I cannot imagine how Kim will feel if her youngest sister has more followers than her. And then with Khloe, I feel like Khloe is going to end up having more followers than Kylie at some point because Khloe is starting to look good. In my opinion, I think she looks great.
I think she looks way too cut up at this point. Like, she doesn't even look human anymore because it's so much work.
She looks like a fucking Barbie.
Well, to me, it's like I've seen how she looked beforehand, and to see the before and the after, it's like, oh my God, girl, like you did so much work.
Yes, you look different. However, you look better. Because if you think about it, how many people have a lot of surgeries on their face and they don't look good? I think she looks good. However, not everybody sees it the same way. The other day, I shared a picture of Khloe, how she looked amazing. And so many people hate it on my Facebook. They're like, how can you think she's beautiful? She's not real. She's fake. Regardless if you're real or fake, you know how many people get their boobs done? How many people get their nose done? How many people get something done because they don't feel comfortable with their body? At the end of the day, it is your body. And if you want to do it, why not?
I think my issue with that is that people look to them for inspiration, and it's like, if you have to do that to feel good about yourself, then I need to do that to feel good about myself. I think it's more about if they weren't constantly in the public eye and constantly, I don't want to say begging for attention, but at points it's kind of like they don't know how to stay out from in front of the camera. And it's like, you've got to realize the influence and the impact that you're making on the people that follow you and like you.
When you become that big and that wealthy and that influential, you have a responsibility, like a new responsibility to make sure that you're shaping the public opinion correctly. Because you are, ultimately, whether you want to or not, you're going to shape the public opinion.
Yes, but I kind of disagree with that because she's not telling people, hey, this is how you're supposed to look as beautiful. You're supposed to get surgeries. You're supposed to get this done and take this off. Like, she never says stuff like that before. Like, she does it for herself. Like, she has never done it to put the publicity, to make people feel that they need to do that for them to look good.
But didn't she have a whole show on E about like women losing weight and stuff like that? And she was like one of the hosts. I forget what the show was, but she was like a host of a show about other women getting work done. I don't know if they were getting work done or they were just losing weight, but she's done a show about that. And here's my thing. Even if you don't outwardly say, hey, this is what you need to do, you're an influencer. That is your job. Yeah. She has no other job than to be an influencer and influence people.
I mean, she
makes
does
money
work out, though.
She does work out, though.
I mean,
it's
not like she just gets fat, eats all day, and then she just gets surgeries. Like, she definitely works out a lot, and she definitely eats very healthy. Do you know how hard it is to eat healthy and how hard it is to work out?
I'm on my second cup of coffee. Yes, I do.
You know, I work out like 3 times a week, and it's because like I literally like had to push myself to get out of the door. But it's hard. Yeah. But who knows? If I had that much money, maybe I would have surgeries on myself, you know. I always say joking, but if I had $1 million on my account right now, maybe I would be like, you know what? I remove a little bit of this fat. I put it on my booty, you know, a little bit of boobs, a little bit of bigger lips.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't have any judgment to people that get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my thing, but if you want to do that, do you. What it comes down to for me, though, is people who are so big in our world, have so much influence, they just have to be careful with what they're projecting, because they're creating the social construct of what beauty is, because other people are interpreting it as that.
And they're in that industry.
They're in the industry, yeah.
But do you know how many Instagram models, they do that too? They do, what is it, influencer?
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing this again. Influencer. And they all have surgeries on their face.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them do. But we don't talk about them. We just look at them like, oh, they're perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just Kylie and Kim and all of them. I mean, there's countless of people on social media that are constructing the way we see beauty and what it means to us, in America especially.
Yes, so like for beauty, like how most of the models are skinny. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about just small, like they're skinny, like really small. And they look at them like, oh, that's what a model's supposed to be like. That's what a beauty's supposed to look like.
Skinny, tall, big lips.
Like Barbies, all the
butt.
Barbies. Like you want to be like, oh, you look like a Barbie. But how do Barbies look like? Small waist.
Well,
tiny.
The model industry has gotten a bad rep for that too. And it's becoming more inclusive. You see Fenty, the way Rihanna has advertised her lingerie. It's because we now recognize that is been terrible for young girls to witness that and be like, I can't be beautiful. I can't be a model because I don't look like that. And so you have Fenty who's doing this. You have a bunch of different like clothing lines now that have pregnant women walking the runway, people who are in wheelchairs walking the runway. And so I think we recognize like, hey, this is not cute.
This is an issue and we need to work on it.
Yeah.
I think we're in the growing stages of that though. Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of opinion and subjectivity of what makes you perfect and beautiful, but we're definitely getting better.
Yeah,
so there's something to be hopeful for.
It's just whenever you grow up with thinking what beautiful is a type of shape and a type of size and a type of height, and really it comes with all different kinds of shapes and colors and sizes, and
that's what makes the world beautiful.
Izzy will say that.
my issue though with the kind of work that they're getting is the kind of things that a lot of minorities, especially black women, have been shamed for. The big lips and the big butt. And they weren't born with these. Kim, I think she was. I think she's always had a big butt. But they're making a reputation off of something that black women constantly get shamed for and slut shamed for. Mm-hmm. And that's my issue, is that
or fetishized too.
Yeah, they're becoming popular and making trends out of things that weren't theirs. They took from a different culture. And then now all of a sudden they're getting the credit for it. Mm-hmm. And that's what irritates me. Because you take Blac Chyna, for instance. She's closely tied to the family in many ways. But Blac Chyna has big lips and a big butt. I don't know if it's all real. But still, and people treat her like a hooker. But then you have Kylie who got surgery. She got big lips and she got a fake booty, I'm assuming, because I don't know where that booty came from. and now she's considered couture.
Kylie, I was gonna say, yeah, she's definitely didn't have a booty before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do not remember Kylie having
lips.
a booty. Oh, she definitely didn't have those lips. But like now that's considered couture. And you know, you can put that on a magazine. But Black China is still on like those low scale magazines and being seen as a whore. That's my issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then they like of course always attach themselves to black men. Because I think every single one of them, except Courtney, she's been very consistent about the kind of men she likes, about, you know, having children with black men and having these biracial children.
And Kendall.
Well, Kendall did she date the guy who A$AP Rocky? I think she dated A$AP Rocky, but also Kendall doesn't have any kids. But yeah, now they have these mixed kids that I'm hoping they don't raise them with a complex about like their identity, because they're obviously more black looking than white looking.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Kim, she's got like 5 children or something like that. I don't know how many she got. I guess that kind of ties or brings us into the whole privacy conversation of when you have that many people looking at you, the kind of pressure that you're constantly under. But part of me also wonders, could they live without that attention? Like, would they even have careers if it wasn't for the 268 million people following them? Like, do they want that?
I'm pretty sure at some point, I mean, if I was in their shoes, which I'm not, and I don't know how I would feel about that, but I'm pretty sure once they have all those followers and once they have all that money in their bank account, they probably wish they were back to where they were, because they will feel humans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can feel human if you have no privacy. Every human needs privacy. Every human needs to feel normal at some point, and they don't know what that means. So maybe if they had a chance, you know, to buy a time machine and be like, hey, would you go back to having way less money in your bank account but not be famous? I'm pretty sure some of them will say yes.
It's kind of like, where do you draw the line? Because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't ask to be famous on social media and build a following and then also ask for privacy. Unfortunately, we're humans and we're nosy, and we kind of project our issues and everything we want onto these celebrities. Not to say that it's right, but you know at this point it's going to happen. So it's like, I don't know. It's like some of them continue to get in front of the camera and continue to create buzz around their own personal experiences, but then want to complain that people are in their business.
I mean, they are in a way where if you're trying to walk from the hotel, from walking outside the hotel to the car, do you know how many people are there standing there trying to grab you, trying to like take a picture with you, saying, hey, I love you, come here. Like, do you know how uncomfortable that would be? So many people trying to just touch you.
Mm-hmm. And your children too.
And your children,
even North has like told people, no, stop it.
Yeah, just imagine you're a 4-year-old and then all these strangers trying to touch you. Ugh, no.
But I wonder how much responsibility that they can take for that, because they chose to put their life on TV.
They did, but I mean, at some point it just goes too crazy. At some point they probably think that, how do we get here? How?
Yeah, like they knew there would be repercussions, but still they need to be treated with respect.
Yeah, at some point they probably think that, okay, this is too much for us. We cannot handle it. And that's why they hide. You know, you have to hide. You have to, like, not show your faces, wear hoodies, you know.
I think you receive the energy that you put out. So if you put out energy that your life is an open door and we can talk about my marriage, my divorce, my children, then people feel entitled to those parts of your life because you've been so willingly open and upfront. Mm-hmm. Not to say it's fair, but the energy that you put out,
you doorway.
You open the door for people's opinions and entitlement to your life.
Yes and no. Like, there's a lot of singers, actors out there that they do talk about their life for their fans, but that doesn't mean that they want to have their publicity out like that.
I think you do. When you start putting that out, then people are going to question. Like, Beyonce made the whole Lemonade album. A great album, by the way. But she made the whole Lemonade album. And then a bunch of news is constantly, even to this day, about the quality of their marriage. People are always in Blue's face, her kid, and she's got other kids at this point. I haven't seen the twins. I wonder what they look like. But like even Adele, she has an album about
Adele,
heartbreak
she looks
every
beautiful.
5 years or something like that, and people are invested in her marriage because she went or is going through a divorce. She had a kid. People were invested in that. So I think these people know, hey, if you're going to make a whole album like trashing or like putting out your personal business, we want to know more. You can't just give us a song and we're like, that's all I need. I wish.
I think it comes down to both sides, honestly. I mean, just realizing and knowing when too much is enough.
Yeah.
Because there's some celebrities that are very secretive and have been able to stay in the limelight. I'm trying to think of some.
Yeah. Name one, please.
I was going to say Taylor Swift, but we know her entire dating history, so never mind. And she has songs about people. So again, never mind. But there are some private celebrities out there. I can't think of one right now, but I know there are some.
They gotta exist.
Yeah, they've got to
One
exist.
somewhere that lives in the mountains, hiding under a cave. Just comes out to make a movie.
With the waterfalls.
Tom Cruise, he's very secretive.
Tom Cruise is a little
And he's
crazy.
he's being held hostage, I'm sure, someplace. But, he's very secretive. I don't know by his own
Now
will.
he is probably a little bit, because, he went a little psycho there for a little bit.
Why you say that? See, I don't know anything about Tom Cruise.
I don't know much about him, but again, like, just what you hear. So I can't say too much, but just from what I've heard with the whole Scientology stuff, yeah.
And he can't talk to his daughter, I've heard, because he
Yeah.
got a divorce from Katie Holmes. Oh. And then he had that whole thing on Oprah Winfrey when he was jumping on her couch saying, I love Katie Holmes, or whatever her name was. I love her.
Oh gosh.
He went through many phases.
He was hype.
He's on Mission Impossible 36 or something like that.
He's still going strong.
I don't know how many more times he can play a spy. At this point, I don't think Tom Cruise can play anything but a agent. But yeah, Tom Cruise.
How old is that guy? I've been watching his
Was he
movies
in
since I
the
was
50s
young.
or
It's
something?
like 40, 50.
No, he has to be older than 40,
something
for
like
sure.
that. Probably his late 40s, early 50s.
I mean,
Okay.
there's celebrities that have like love children that we don't find out about until they do something great in the media, and it's like, you had a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Kutchers, they're very secretive. Ashton Kutcher and Mila. They're both from that '70s show. I don't know. They're pretty secretive. The Rock, he's very secretive.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know he was a dad until he posted something on Instagram, it was, with his daughter. I want to know who he's married to. Like, who?
I mean,
Y'all
I'm
know where
pretty
I'm going like this. Like, who can handle that? That's a lot of man. I want to know what that woman looks like.
I'll take it.
I'm curious.
Oh gosh.
You never know. They call him the Rock for the reason.
Oh god.
Hey, you really never know. That would be so fun if he has like a really small feet.
You know who I'm really curious about? The guy from Game of Thrones who's got all the tattoos and he played Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
fine. He is so hot. What is his name?
I don't think he's so that. I mean, he's attractive man, but I don't know.
I'm the
He's
same.
so
Yeah.
hot.
Like when people look at him and I'm just like,
I thought Jon Snow from Game of Thrones was fine. I was just like, I need me some snow.
Ew. When Izzy
God, wait, I
says
just
stuff like
realized
that.
No, he was fine. I was like, his character too. It went off.
I didn't watch it, but I know a bunch about that show.
Yeah.
I know not to watch the last season. That's all I know.
what's the name of that? 365 days.
Oh, that guy, he's hot.
That guy when he's like, when he's like, are you?
Marcicio?
Is that his name?
Is that his real name?
I don't
Or
know.
was that his character name?
I think that was his. No, that was his character.
I don't know if he was like hot, or it's just like his character, and when he was like, "Are you lost, baby girl?"
Are you lost, baby girl?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
so
so
lost.
cringy. I was like, oh,
Yes.
No, that's hot. To me, that's hot.
Yeah, the first time I watched it was hot. The second time I was like, ew. What are you doing?
I thought the movie was just funny. He was fine though, but I was just like laughing the whole time, like, oh god.
Oh, and that shower scene when they were still in like the castle and they were still like kind of towards one another, and he was like, "Are you gonna touch it or what?"
How we get so far off the Kardashians?
I know. I was gonna say, are we still talking about
Started
the
with
Kardashians?
Tom Cruise of all people.
Tom Cruise would lead us to
Thank you.
the sexiness of 365.
Oh,
Now that's a movie I recommend if you're over the age of 18.
definitely.
Yes.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey. Like the fact that he's rich and hot and has a
I think
sex
it was
realm.
a fan fiction of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 50 Shades of Grey is a fan fiction of Twilight, and then I think 365 Days is a fan fiction of 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
made a fan fiction of a fan fiction.
Because I saw the guy from 50 Shades of Grey. I saw him in a different movie and I didn't see him as hot.
I've never found him attractive because he looks like a dead deer.
Who said it? Kurt, my husband, he said that he looked like a, what did he say? I forgot what it was, but I started laughing. Oh my God.
I've never found him attractive. My mom was so disappointed when we saw that movie. She was like, I'm not even attracted to him.
I thought he was attractive.
Wow.
I thought he was attractive, but they could have definitely put a hotter guy.
100%.
Kayla's like,
Anybody would have looked better.
So the Kardashians.
Okay, let's go back to the Kardashians.
So yeah, privacy, a big issue. Everyone needs to take accountability. I think we're still learning how to, because we've learned from the Britney Spears situation, like the paparazzi is a freaking mess. They know no
they're
boundaries.
toxic, bro.
Even the people in their families are super toxic and take advantage of them. But I think we're learning as a society that we need to back off a little bit. And that I don't think the paparazzi is, I don't know, but I don't think they're as intrusive now as they were when, like, the 90s. Because now we have social media and they can kind of control how they're perceived in the public eye. I don't know. But, I mean, they do have a lot of influence still because they're influencers, and the fact that Kylie has over 260 million people that mess with her. I don't know how you manage that. And now she has a second baby on the way, so congrats to you. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I feel like we won't find out until she gives birth.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's like way further along. I don't know. By the time we post this, she may have already given birth, which would be great timing for us.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just the way we planned it.
You know what I was thinking about when you said the paparazzi? How they are people that, yes, they do their job, and the moment that some news come out, if they put it out first, and that's how they make their money. But just imagine that it's really sad news. Like if one of the Kardashians or one of the Jenners die, or something crazy happens, if they find out, like for them, it's like it's a prize. You know, it's a winning prize for them to put it out like that. Like, or somebody gets divorced, somebody gets cheated on.
Because they know it's going to sell.
Yeah, they know it's gonna sell. So they're like, oh yes, thank God that she broke a finger, you know, so I can put it on social media. And it's just crazy how, as a human, that's for you. Somebody's sadness is somebody's happiness.
But we also got to think of the pressure that even paparazzi are under because they feel like they have to get that content because we're going to consume it.
It's a double-edged sword, too, because, I mean, they have to make a living. That's the path they decided to go down. But at the same time, at what cost? Because you're not only hurting and shaping the way, like, these celebrities feel, but you're shaping the way these other people feel as well that are reading and seeing your news stories. So,
So I guess my final question to you guys is, do you think you could handle being a celebrity? Maybe not to this extreme because they're like celebrities of celebrities. But do you think you could be a celebrity with 10 million followers on Instagram and all this attention? Do you think you could handle it?
Handling it, I think I can handle it, but I wouldn't want that. I'm okay with my 900 followers.
my answer is meh.
Yeah, because you're kind of one of those girls that wants to live off the grid.
Yeah, like, I don't want all that attention at all. Point blank, period.
I think is if you're not famous, if you have that, if you live in that society where you have enough friends, your family,
Yeah.
just people around you, enough people in case if you have a bad day, whatever it is, then it's good. But why have so many people knowing you when you don't know none of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah. I don't want the responsibility that comes with that either.
I want to
No,
be a
and that's
celebrity that
scary.
pops in and out. I want to be that kind of celebrity.
No, it will be so scary because, like, you know how many people want to kidnap the Kardashians or the Jenners? You know how many
Or
people want
stalk them.
to stalk them? How many people want to, like, have them in their basement? Have you ever seen the movie Ted?
Oh,
The
yeah.
first one or the second one?
Both. Or,
I saw the first one.
okay, the first one. You know how somebody wants to kidnap Ted?
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lot of people is probably with the Kardashians.
You want to? Okay, so I heard of this story. Jennifer Lopez has multiple houses, of course. Jealous.
Yeah, you
But-
better not talk bad about my Jennifer Lopez.
So in one of her houses, she had a pool house, and this guy was obsessed with her and was living in her pool house. She wasn't there; she was at one of her other houses, but he was living in her pool house for an extended amount of time, taking pictures and videos until he got caught. Like he was there for more than just a day before he got caught.
That's crazy.
A lot of us could not handle the kind of pressure the Kardashians under. However, we also recognize that they have a lot of impact and influence on young people, and especially the way that the beauty standards are created nowadays. It's just hard to find a medium. Like in a perfect world, we know what we want. We know what would be ideal. Could we ever get there? I don't think so, because we're all human beings and we live vicariously through celebrities. That has always been the case. I don't think that's ever going to stop.
Yeah.
So I think people who are coming up, especially young kids on TikTok, who are trying to get clout and all these things, clout is not always what you want. You do not always want attention because the FBI is looking at you too.
But with this generation, kids want attention. Do you know how many young women are twerking?
That's
On
what I'm
social
saying.
media,
Like
you know,
all these
that's-
kids are on TikTok.
That's so crazy to me. Like, I'm not that old, but I do remember when I was 15, I never thought about recording myself twerking where the camera's right on my butt for me to post it on social media for me to get likes. It was me having a selfie from, you know, well, you guys, I'm older than you guys, but having your phone up, and it was like this. That was the type of selfie. You
yeah.
know? Having it so... I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of, like I was saying, like a lot of these people, when you're saying you want clout, look at these celebrities. They may put out an image that seems like, oh, this is perfect, amazing. But you really got to think of how much of their life do you know? Now, do you want that much of your life out in the public too? If you go through a breakup, if you cheat on someone, if you're going through an illness,
They
do
go
you
through
want
a lot.
Do you want a bunch of people in your business like that? So
And most importantly, is this who you want to be?
yeah, longevity wise, if it's just 5 minutes of fame, think about the potential of you being able to get a job after that or maintain any kind of normalcy after that. So I think that's the message we're going to leave with, unless y'all want to add something to that.
No, I think that's good.
Okay, cool. I nailed it. On 2 cups of coffee.
Nailed
I
it.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you have your own opinions about the Kardashians or you want to counter anything that we've said, please leave that in the comment box below. If you're watching us on YouTube, we have a podcast. We're on Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and anything I don't remember is in the comment section. And vice versa.
MySpace. Oh, no.
You really want us to be on MySpace. At this point, I just want to get a MySpace account. If you're listening through any of those podcasts, you can find us on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions on videos in the future, leave those as well. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.